Continuing now with our correlation demonstration, I'm going to go back to where we were at about 2,000 feet to our 8,000 to 9,000 starting and ending depths, and bring up some uncorrelated gamma ray. Again, I'm going to set the target point to right about there. Shows up as 8397. There's a long section of gamma ray right here that indicates to me that we don't have any real deformation in the subsurface, no folding or faulting to speak of. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this entire section right through here for my next correlation. I click on VTop, put the VTop right there, VBOT, the bottom of the point right about there. Looks good. Use my target, zoom to it, and move it around. Seems to be pretty good at this point. I'll put my correlation markers in, since this is such a large block, to actually determine where I am relative to the gamma ray in the horizontal across the bottom. I'm going to compress this a bit more and see what we've got. Oh, isn't that interesting? But I don't think it belongs there. So I'm going to move it down here. And I'm going to change our filtering a bit more. And change our compression to look something like that. And place it right about there. I'm going to save that, go take a look at it in our cross section. Looks pretty good. We've got the well bore actually inside the bed there. I think I'm happy with that. So let's uncheck this, go back to zoom again, and let's do the next section of gamma ray. Again, I'm going to select the top of the gamma ray to be right here, and the bottom of the gamma ray looks pretty broken in there, but I'm going to take it about halfway, I think, and see if I can do this. Click right about there, say use it, zoom to it, and here we are again with the gamma ray, and I'll expand it a little bit to see what we've got, what the actual gamma ray looks like. I really think the whole thing is going to belong right there. So now I'm going to compress it to right about there. Given what I've seen before with this, I'm going to go ahead and call that good and save it. We can go look at our correlation, our cross section again. Looks pretty good from here. Return, uncheck it, go back to zoom. Now you can see the changes in colors. I'm going to get this last little piece of gamma ray right there. I'm going to click on the top, select there, the bottom, and select right there. Use my target, zoom to it, stop it right along in there, and change my compression. See what we have right here. Interesting little piece of gamma ray. I'm going to change my gamma filter a little bit. And change my compression a bit more. I'm thinking that this is probably going to wind up being right along in here someplace. As you can see, the well bore is right at the very top of the formation. And I really believe that's where it is. So I'm going to stop it right there by double clicking, and at that point I'm going to click on save, and we'll go take a look at the wellbore again. And that's pretty much what we have. Want to return back, uncheck our use target, go back to zoom, and now I'm going to add 3,000 feet of data, and you can see the rest of the gamma ray showing up right here. This is kind of curious, and it indicates to me, because you have a double signature, that the wellbore actually left the formation and then went back into it. Keeping that in mind, I'm going to continue our correlation. Our target point is still set at 83.97. I'll set our top at the very top up there, and the bottom right about there. Use the target, zoom to it. And I'm going to decompress a little bit. Oh, look what we have showing up here. Isn't that interesting? Now, what I'm going to do, since this doesn't really match anything, I'm going to flip that gamma ray like that and take a look at it from that perspective, and that looks a lot better. So now I'm going to expand it somewhat, looking like this right here is probably what we're looking at. And I'm going to change my LWD a little bit, and then I'm going to change my offset gamma ray and bring it right on top of it. And lo and behold, I think that's what we've got. I'm going to move the gamma ray up just a little, move the correlation block up just a little bit. I think the move core is probably going to be too gross a movement, so I'm simply going to move the TVD up here like that, and then I'm going to save that correlation block. Alright, let's go take a look at what we've just done. And there's the block right there. Returning back, I'm going to uncheck it, go back to zoom, and we'll put the gamma ray back where it was so we can see it perhaps a little bit better. We're still set at 83.97. Okay, we still have some more of the gamma ray that we can maneuver here, or rather correlate with. Let's do that. We'll continue with setting the top right here and the bottom right there. I'll use my target again. We'll go to it. We'll expand it and see what we've got. I don't readily see any place where it should go. Compress it a bit more. Change the gamma filtering again a little bit. And I'm beginning to get the feeling that they have drilled out of the formation on this one. So I'm going to change my attack here on it a little bit. Move it around, because I'm thinking it's actually back here. Sometimes you really have to play with these in order to find the best fit for the data. Isn't that looking interesting right there? All right, I'm going to move the TVD up just a little bit. And I think we drilled out of the formation right here. So let's, I'm going to save the block right there. We'll look at our cross section. No, we actually haven't. Interesting. So we'll save the formation right there, then the correlation block right there. We'll uncheck it, and we'll do a bit more of the gamma ray. I'm going to select that there, and I'm going to select this point here, I believe. Use the target, zoom to it, and I'm going to decompress it and move it again, looking for the possible best fit. Probably going to have to compress it down now, as I don't see anything readily that looks like a good place to put it. I'll be willing to bet it falls in there. So let me compress it some more. I'm going to change my filtering on it to right about there, and I'm going to change the offset gamma ray. I really believe that's where it's going to be right there. So I'm going to save it. Goes to red. Look at our strat block to see where we are. Looks good. Take the cross section, and that's where we are. Looks like we've got a pretty good correlation going here so far. With that, we're going to leave this section, and I'm going to do one more piece of the gamma ray, and that's this bottom section down here. I'm going to collect this at the top, right there, and the bottom all the way down here. Use it, move it. Now we have really changed the angle of that wellbore, so I'm going to expand this a little bit and see where we can find the correlation. And it's going to be up in here for sure, because our TVD is certainly changing drastically, and the character of the curve is changing dramatically as well. So let's change it back a little bit, change our compression, see if we can come up with a good fit here someplace. That's not it. So let's move back up here, and I think we got it. I believe it's going to be right in there. Yep, that's where it is. I'm going to adjust our angle here, and rather than moving by the core, I'm going to actually change the TVD to about there. Say it's good, save the block. And we'll go look at the cross section, and there it is. With that, it gives you a really good idea of the features of the geosteering package that allow you to have the flexibility you need to actually find the correlation between your current wellbore and the offset well. Thank you.